Okay, so today's video is going to be about the full guide on what to do for the global version of Grand Cross. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to see everyone else as well who does the game covers this kind of video. So I wanted to do it for my own reason because I know there's a lot of people who watch me specifically that do need to know about these things. So we're gonna go over everything that you kind of need to know about the game itself for global version and what you should be doing once the game comes out. So the first thing that really happens is that you have to do a multi onto the main official banner. So the main official banner is of course the one that you always see, which is right there. So this is the main banner that you're gonna actually have to summon on. So this, when you summon on this banner, you have the chance of pulling one of the best units for story mode. So the reason why I'm saying one of the best is because he's actually the best, actually, in my opinion. So this Meliodas right here, you want to pull him. The reason why is because he is going to be your best friend for the story mode. So he is a green unit. So in the game, when you play global, if you guys haven't played JP or anything at all and you guys are just waiting for global, there's red units, there's green units, and there's blue units. So red is stronger than green, green is stronger than blue, and then blue is stronger than red. That's basically how it goes. So you want to get this unit. If you don't pull him, what I do suggest is re-rolling, and everyone knows that when you don't get a unit you want, you re-roll. So since everyone should know how JP worked, you're gonna know how global works now too. So make sure to re-roll for this unit because he's literally going to be your best friend for him. So you can see right here. Now mine is level 60 just because I don't really want to work on this too much. Just because after a while, once you're done with story mode, you don't use him anymore as much. But for story mode base, he is the best unit. The reason why is because this full counter right here, the middle card, that's basically what he's going to be best for. So when you use this card, you want to make sure that you have a lot less HP than, you know, when you start off in the battle. So let's just say you're fighting and you're losing a lot of HP. The more HP you lose, the more damage this full counter will do. So when you have 1 star, 2 star, and 3 star, you're going to do a lot more damage if you do your 3 stars, of course. So if you do a 3 star full counter and you get hit, this Meliodas will literally do over 100,000 easily with his full counters in story mode. So the main units that you get from story mode. So in story mode, you get free to play units. So they are going to be a Bond, a DN, a King, and then as well as I believe it was a Gother that you also get as well. It was like a green Gother. But the ones that you would get is this blue King, really good. He's still literally one of the better units to get. You also get a red Bond. Let me see if I can find him because this box is pretty full. So, right there. This unit is super good for story mode as well. And basically, you're going to want to have him on a lot of the teams. And there's going to be a point where you're going to have to actually use him as well in story mode. As well as King. King is one of the best units to heal as well as basically stun a unit. Now, I'll go more in depth with the words whenever global does come out. But basically, he stuns or he stones people. He basically makes sure that they can't attack you for 1 to 2 turns. Then another one would be DN. So DN as well, she's a blue unit. So she is somewhere down here, I think. Right there. So she is also another unit that you will get from the story mode. So you want to get through all of the story once you can get that done. And you'll know when you're doing story mode because on the top right of this screen, you see the yellow text. I actually need to finish my story mode part. But when you see that, you're going to actually go through all of that to make sure that you are doing your story mode. But those are the main units that you get from story mode. And you want to focus on getting them leveled up pretty well. Just like, for example, Blue King. Make sure you can actually get him to level 80 at one point. The cap of it is I believe 60, then it goes to 65 and then keeps on going on while the updates come out for the game. But he is one of the best units to run for that. But another thing to note is that when you do summon, a really big thing about this game is that when you summon, you get dupes. And of course, every game has dupes in them. But the thing about this one is that when you summon, you don't get actual, like, you know, where it's like Dokkan where you can put them inside like a system and get them stronger. No, you can actually go into your unit and you go to the third one right here. When you click that, you can actually make them stronger as their ultimates get stronger. So if you get more dupes, you can get their ultimates stronger. And that's actually what you do want to do. So a lot of good things to know about is that you will have SR units. Well, it's rare units, SR units, SSR units, and of course they turn into UR. So the thing to know about this is that when you pull SR units, you're going to pull a lot of them. And the good thing to know about them is that a lot of these units as SR are actually really good in the game. So I'm just gonna point one out, for example. So let's just say you have an SR, let's just say Jericho. This is an SR Jericho that you can get to UR. The good thing is that the amount of times you pull her, you can actually get 6 dupes of her. Once you have 6 dupes, you want to max out her ultimate. The reason why is because she also helps out as boosting up your CP. So what CP is combat power. Combat power is, of course, the number on the bottom. That's basically what tells you if you are able to do an event, if you're high enough of a level, basically, if you think about it that way, or if you're going to be too low for that level. If you work on your units while you summon, for example, and you get multiple units of the same one, you can actually go ahead and put that into their supers, and then you can get them stronger. But there's another thing to know about coins that you will get when you get dupes. If you go into your shop, this is the most vital part about this game. You go down to the king one. When you go into here, this is a coin shop. So this coin shop gives you units. Out of these units, coin shop units are one of the best units in the whole game. One thing to know is when you begin Global Grand Cross, I need you guys to know that you can use this main unit as one of the better units to start off. Later on in the game, he isn't really that usable. He's not that great. But this green unit right here, this is a bond. To show you guys a better picture of him, or a better, picture, I guess, his character himself. If you use him right here, he is one of the better units to have. The reason why is because he can attack everyone on the field. If you do that, then he's going to do a lot of damage. So you do want to worry about him first. But other units that are in the coin shop, like for example, this Ssr. Ssr is going to be one of the best units in the game. So Ssr in the middle, you want to focus on getting him as well. He is literally SS tier on everything in the game. PvP as well as PvE and raids. Raids, we'll get into that later on because there is a lot to talk about. This video is going to be pretty long, guys, so make sure to actually stick around for everything. Share the video for everyone who is new to the game and all that as well, because this is very, very important. So Ssr is one of the best units to have in the game. You will need him to get a lot out of the game. So one of those units will be good for that. Other units, now you guys won't see this for now, but you'll see that there's an Escanor right there. Escanor won't come out for a while, in my opinion, unless if they actually follow close to how JP does their game. Then Escanor could possibly come out faster than JP's version. Possible, but I'm not sure exactly. Now, good thing to note is that there are a couple units in the coin shop that you definitely do want. So I'm gonna point these out. All of them. Literally all of them is the ones that you want to get. So one good thing to note is that Ssr is one of the best units in the game. This green Bond, he's good for story mode for sure, and then at one point he's just not that good anymore. This Merlin, very good to have as well. This Demon Meliodas is going to be one to talk about. We'll talk about it when we get into the raids part of this game, like the boss raids. And of course Escanor, he will be really good once you see him in the game. But another thing is there's Ssr coins that you can get, as you can see, Ssr coins. So these are all the dupes I've pulled so far in the game that I've been playing so far. Of course I could have more, but I'm not summoning right now. But you can see that's all the dupes so far. How you do this is that you can actually click on them to get your Ssr units. So you want those, but then there's also SR versions. A lot of these units in here are actually pretty good. So for example, this Slater is a super good unit. You have Green Helpum's decent. Of course Hauser's really good as well and stuff like that. But there are a couple ones that you can use for sure to get that. Now a good thing to note is that when you pull SR units, you will get coins as well because those are dupes. One thing to know is you can get Ssr Pendants in here, and this is what you're going to need. Ssr Pendants, Ssr Pendants, and Rare Pendants. So to not get too confusing, these are how you upgrade your levels and you get units to their UR version. So you want SR and SSR as well. I don't have an SSR in here, of course, but you can see the R is there. The rare units as what you'll need to boost up your units. So this is where you can also get SR units from here with rare coins. So when you see SSR coins, SR coins, and then rare coins, you can use these. The main thing you want to get from this is if you don't pull, let's just say a a rare unit, or let's just say you don't get any of them like that, and if you do, I would buy more of these potions. So these potions, they're called AP potions. The AP potions are basically your stamina on the top. The amount that you have, let's just say you run out, you're going to need this to refill your stamina, and you want to do that. So I would focus on buying more of these, because all these units that you see on the bottom row right here, you will get them from summoning. Like, it's inevitable that you get them. Then the last one right here, this is like the extra like friend stuff that you'll get. I'll go more in depth whenever we do get more of these, but this is like nothing too much to worry about. But other things that you do want to worry about are your coins, of course. And then if we go back into here, or if I go to my settings and go to my box right here, so this is where you get into your inventory. Now your inventory is going to have a lot to do with what you're going to want to like grind out. So there's a lot that's going to be in here that you're not going to understand, but to really break it down really fast, Ssr Pendants are one of the hardest things to get in the game, because it does take some time to grind it, but you will get a lot from PvP, or not PvP, PvE, which is just playing through story mode, as well as doing other events that do come out. You will get those Ssr Pendants. And of course, Ssr Pendants are the main thing you want to upgrade your units. So let's just say I want to get my Ssr to level 80. Right there, you need to have an Ssr Pendant. You need 3 Ssr Pendants, and that can take some time. So that's one thing to know. And then of course you can see on this as well, there's books, and then these are little horns and wings, but those are raids. So if you did watch my JP version videos and you guys understood what raids are, then you'll understand that you do need to grind those. But to really go back into this, there's a lot of books that you need to grind. There's a lot of boss raids that you need to grind to get a lot of actual like information on the game. It's kind of hard to explain this part, but basically you want to play this game in auto mode, and auto mode is the best thing that's ever happened to a gacha game I've ever seen. But in auto mode, you basically are going to grind the game without even playing it. It'll do it all for you. So if you go into here, the settings right here, let's just say these 2 swords, you're going to see SP dungeon. So SP right here, the second one to the left, this is where you're going to be grinding out your books, your potions to grind up your levels, as well as money, and to get Ssr Pendants. So you have all of these right here. You get Ssr Pendants every time you can, well, not every time, but like you get like a 30, I think it's like 3% chance to pulling an Ssr Pendant. So you can see right here that you can grab coins, you can grab money, or not, it's money, books, and it is potions. These potions right here are actually level up potions. So there's a difference from there's a difference between level up potions and AP potions. But right here you'll see that if you do want to get potions, if you are playing on your phone, I suggest you having your phone plugged into the charger, or if you're on computer and you're playing on Nox or BlueStacks or anything like that, you can grind it overnight. What I recommend every single night, what you guys should be grinding, literally let your phone or the game on your computer play by itself in auto mode. At one point, once you get to a pretty good stable team, play this for books as well as for potions to level up your units right from this one. The more you do this, like you'll start at the bottom and you'll keep on going up to get leveled up, or to get more levels out of it. The more levels you go up, the higher, the better the chance you'll get for these potions. You can see at 3% is for the 5-star, 29% for the 4-star, and so on. You want to get a lot of these, so you need to know that. And then you have the books as well. These books are crucial to get your units up in level. Then the bottom one, I don't think it's out at the time when the game was beginning. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But this is where you're going to be getting your coins. And of course, you can see on the top right, I have 20 million coins. The coins do matter a lot, so you need to know that. Now, the thing about the top one right here, the Ssr Pendants version, you only get 5 turns. So you only get 5 tries a day. Now, you do need to realize, like, it does reset. So keep in mind that you want to grind as much as possible. But you can also, at the beginning of the game, you did have a chance to get these little ball things. Those are your extra chances that you can use. But that will go more in depth later on. But these are the things that you need to do when you first start in the game, because it will do a lot of justice for you. Because when you get to this point in the game, of course, everything is done. You don't really need to worry too much about grinding out as much, but you do need to worry about getting things to get your units stronger. So, for example, when you go into your boss raids, this boss raid right here, this is where you're going to get the chance of fighting 3 different demons. But the thing is, when the game first came out, there was only one demon. So the first demon that you will fight is going to be the fat demon, the red fat demon. He is the one that you get the red horns from. So I will show you guys the red horns just because I know I have to get other units up. This is a red horn. So when you do raids, we will get more in depth in that as well, but raids are not too hard. There are specific units for that, which I will make videos on it when global does come out. There are other videos of my JP versions, but that's irrelevant at this point. But these raids are what level up your units. You will do these. The way to get them into the raid itself is that, of course, you do the boss battles right here. You go to these are called towns basically. So you have 6 towns that you can do a day. So let's just say you go to the second one and you do extreme. Once you get to the extreme part, you finish the actual run, and then it will bring up a percentage of how many times you do it. So if you see right there, 0%. If you finish it once, it'll probably go to like 10 to 15%, but sometimes you're doing it 2 or 3 times, it'll shoot up all the way to 100%. When you get to 100%, you have literally the chance to get a demon horn or demon horns as well if you finish the actual raid with a friend, because there's a friend as well that you can play with, so that's good to know. But when you do that, you have the chance to get those horns, and then that's how you level up units as well. So you can do all 6 a day, and you need to grind this every single day. Do not push it aside. Make sure you do every single town every single day, literally every single day. But the thing to know is when you're on a unit as well, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to units. Let's just say right here we're talking about Ssr again. These, later on you'll get more boss raids, and you have to worry more about that. But for the first part, you're going to be doing only the red demon, which is the red horns. Now the books, these books right there, if we go out back to your boar's head or boar's hat, you will see right here King. You go to King and you click that right version, that right little button of him. This is where you have to know. This is where you're going to be upgrading stuff. So to know about this, you will get books. You will also get these crystals. These things are good things to know about this. You also have potions that you can upgrade, but potions, no one really worries too much about that. But then you have these chalices. So these chalices or cups, basically think of it as cups. These cups are things that you can also grind from the boss raids. The things that these cups do for you is that if you go into your units, let's just say I have Death Pierce. The thing to know is that if you go to the third version right here, the third part of this, you need to get your cards stronger. So to get these stronger, you need to grind out these items. So if you see, 1 star is these items, 2 star is these items, 3 star is these, 4 star is those, 5 star is this, and 6 star is this. So one thing to note is you can get these chalices from playing the actual demon raids. You can play from there, as well as just grinding out the actual village of that. So once you do that, you can get these units stronger by HP, attack, and defense based, which is really good for your unit. But the thing is about this part is that you can do all 4 of these, 1 to 4 star, but the 5th star, this 5-star chalice, you can only get from either the coin shop, which I don't recommend from there, or grinding out the boss raids or the villages. So this is where it comes in play, where you will have to grind the game out overnight. You need to grind out the game overnight. You need to know that. Grind out overnight, and you will literally have so many of these 5 stars. If you play throughout the week and months, you will have a lot of these chalices. The thing to know is that to get the unit to 6 star, you have to have a 6-star chalice. So the thing you need to know is to get a 6-star chalice, you have to go to King over here. King is the one that you get to upgrade everything. You get to upgrade your books and your chalices. So these chalices right here, you get a 5-star chalice, right? You need to have 6 of these actual chalices to get 1 of a 6-star. So if I have 6 of these 5-star chalices, I can only get 1 of the 6 stars of the chalice. You need to know that. Another thing is for books. Same thing for books. If you have a 5-star book, for example, right? You need to have 6 of these books in a 5-star version to get a 6-star book. And the 6-star book is what you need to level up your units stronger and stronger. So that's one thing you need to know. Now, that is really simple things that you will learn while you're playing the game. But the biggest thing you need to know with this game is going to be PvP, and then as well as knowing that there's a lot that you need to know about gear. So what gear is, let's just go into it real quick. You go to the 4th one right here with the ring, you click that. This is gear. So now this is where it's gonna matter about every single unit. Every single unit has specific type of gear that you can set on them. For example, Meliodases on Demon Meliodases, so they're all based on attack and defense normally. The reason why is because he does a lot of damage, but you also want him to have pretty good defense so he doesn't take a lot of damage. So you need to know that gear right here has different versions of gear. So one thing to note is there's going to be a part where I think it's going to pop up for you guys later on in Global. I don't think this was there before, but this equipment spot right here, when you click it, this lets you grind out the specific gear that you need. So this is where you're going to have to keep on pausing the video if you guys do keep on coming back to this video to understand gear. But this is where you can actually get all the gear that you need, right? I don't know if it's going to be in here day 1, but you will get a chance to grind these out as well. And you'll figure it out that these will come along throughout playing the game. But there's attack version, there's defense, HP, and other versions as well. I think it's like HP regen. This is crit damage, and the other one I forgot exactly what. I don't really use that one much, but attack and defense are the big ones. HP and defense are 2 other ones as well that you can make. So these are the ones that you need to worry about. So if you want to grind those out, you can literally click on the version you want to go to, and you can grind those out. So what you need to know about gear is that if you do gear for a unit, you need to make sure that the gear itself fits for the unit. So attack and defense for Meliodas. Let's just say you're doing a Bond, attack and defense for a Bond. But let's just say you're doing King, right? King, you really want to have, let's just say this one right here. You want to have HP and defense for King. The reason why is because he is better on defense base, and his health is better for him to have because he does heal a lot. So to know this is when you do have a unit, you need to have 4 of the same gear set and then 2 of the same of a different gear set, but 2 of the same version. So let's just say right here we have 4 HP versions. The reason how we know is because there's a heart next to the gear. You need to have 4 of each set, right? And in one set, and then you need to have 2 different versions of the same one, basically, if that makes sense. So let's just say 2 defense ones, right? And then 4 HP ones, and you will get the boost for the gear. You need to know this very properly. 4 sets, right? Or you need to have 4 of the same one and then 2 of the same ones. For example, if we go back to Meliodas, you'll see the same thing. He has 4 of the same attack versions, one that makes it L, then 2 of the defense ones. When you do that, you get a boost. So one thing to know is I don't want to do it in a UR version because it's going to be hard to explain it. But if we go back to King real quick and you see this, you will see that you can upgrade gear. So this is where it's going to get very, very intense. So you need to understand this super quick and simple. You need to know that on the top row, those are going to be attack stats. The middle row are going to be defense stats. The bottom row is HP stats. So what you need to know is that you need to have attack and defense. Like, it depends on the unit as well, but let's just say you're using King. His substats are going to be attack. His substats for the middle row are going to be defense. His substats for the bottom row will be HP. So what you need to know is when you put gear on a unit, you will have to re-roll. So re-rolling is going to be the biggest thing that it's going to matter about this. And SSR gear is actually very annoying because when you click into here, right, or that's going to get me to that, you guys won't even see that for a while. But when you do gear, you need to know that you have to make sure that you don't use gems. At one point, you're going to have to use gems, unfortunately. But with gear, you need to know that your substats have to be a really high percentage. The higher the percentage, the stronger the unit is. So you'll see that 12.4 is defense, and then on the bottom you'll see 13.6 is HP. The more percentage you have, the stronger the unit. The only thing you need to know is that every unit is different, so you will have to go ahead and check out specific units on GC database and see like what's good for it. Or if you guys do have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Or if you guys want to follow me at Twitter, at DBZSkills on Twitter, you can do that and just ask me there as well. But every unit has specific ones to it. So you guys just need to know that gear is a very big thing. When you start this game, gear will be one of the hardest things to do. But you guys want to see my gear so it's easier for you guys to understand. I will show you guys so you have a better idea on it. So I'm actually going to, so let's just do this. So So I'll go on Merlin real quick. So I'm going to show you guys a full set of how gear looks so you have an idea of it. So every unit has their own specific gear. So when you have a specific gear for the unit, they'll be stronger. Now, one thing to note is that you don't want to exactly make gear for every single unit in the game. You kind of want to have 4 gear sets of each for each setup. So let's just say you have 4 units on the front line and then 4 units as their sub partners, right? So you want to have basically 8 full gear sets, right? And you can switch it out with units every time you're playing the game. So let's just say right here we have all of Demon Melee, Escanor, Estarossa, for example, and so on. So these, from the purple ones to the blue ones, these are SSR gears, but the purple ones are UR because you can level up later on in the game. But that's like really like nothing to worry about right now. But one thing to know is SSR gear, for example, these 2 units, and these used to be SSR gear, so you need to know you have to make 4 SSR gear parts, alright, 4 SSR gear sets of each unit, for example. And then what I would say for the subset units is to have it as their rare actual gear. So if you have 4 units that have all rare gear and then 4 units that have all SSR gear, and you work on that, you will start to get your CP levels higher. The higher the CP, the better it is for you, because the stronger the units, the stronger the team, and the easier that it is to surpass the game in every way possible. So it's just things that you have to know about that. But that's basically like how you need to know about that stuff. I'll go more in depth with everything if you guys want me to in a different video, but this is just what you want to know about the full guide of how to do everything in the game so far. The biggest thing though, because we haven't talked about it yet, is PvP. So PvP, because like this is like the thing that I don't really like the most, but PvP is the best way to get your gems. So gems are basically stones that you can use to summon for units. So the more gems you have, the more chance of summoning you will do, and of course the more you have, then you're going to want to summon everything that you can get for on a banner. So PvP right here, you're going to start seeing that you can get more gems while you go up in actual like levels. So basically the more you play, the more gems you'll get every week, and you get gems every single week. So the way this works is that PvP starts you off in bronze 5. The more you play, you start leveling up into going to bronze 1, then silver 5. The more you keep on going up from silver 5 to silver 1, then you start hitting gold 5. When you start hitting gold 5, you'll hit to gold 1, and then when you hit from gold 1, you'll see this one, I believe is platinum. I'm pretty sure this one's the platinum one, or it might be diamond, I'm not sure. But you go from this version to all the way to number 1 again, and then you go back into, I think this is diamond. I don't remember. I always forget this right here. This might be, yeah, I think it's diamond. I don't remember exactly. If you guys know, let me in the comments below. But like I said, I don't play too much of PvP. But then you'll see that you get into this setup. So once you pass in this 5 right here, on 5th right here, then you won't get deranked. So one thing to know about deranking is that when you're playing through all the other versions of your ranking, every week you will get deranked to the last one that you're at before. So let's just say I was at silver 5 and I went to silver 4. The week coming after, when it resets, I'll be put back in silver 5. So you want to grind all the way up as much as possible to get all the way to at least this level right here. Because after you pass this level, you will not be deranked. So once you get to that level, just keep on playing PvP and you'll get your 50 gems every week all the time, and you would be good. You can get to 60 gems a week if you want, but that's up to you to grind out PvP if you want to. So this is where you'll get the most gems a week, and if you multiply that by 4 times a week, or 4 times a month, because there's I think 4 weeks in a month, so you get what, 50 gems times 4, which is 200 gems a month just from PvP. And then playing through the actual story and playing through everything else throughout going the game, you're gonna have over thousands of gems that you can summon with, and then you'll get all these units that you can actually pull from all these banners that come out. But there's still a lot more that goes in depth with the global that you will have to know, but when you play the game, you'll understand it better. You can go ahead and follow this video every now and then if you need help. But this is going to be basically the full guide on the game. there are all these other units that I did want to talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long for you guys to just get bored of it. But if you guys want to reference this video back and forth, you guys can, so it's easier for you guys to understand what to do for the game. But I don't want to go too crazy. I'll probably make another video on this as well, go more in depth as well, again on specific things for global, so you guys can have a better understanding of what to do than watching the full video of this. But I'm actually going to end the video right there because I don't want to make this too long now. But if you guys did enjoy, of course, make sure to drop a like. If you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comments below, as well as go ahead and check out me on Twitter at DBZSkills. I'll leave that in the link in the description below as well, so you can actually ask questions up on there as well, or just DM me if you guys have any questions as well. But of course, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are brand new to the channel, guys, make sure to hit that bell button to get notified on every single video of 7 Deadly Sins I make. Grand Cross, of course, you want to make sure you can see the global versions and GP versions of the videos. Make sure to check out every single thing on that. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button for more Grand Cross. Have a good day.